What's going on, y'all? So, Good Game Bro just dropped a video on College Football 25, and I was able to watch all of Drew's video. That's not the expert, and he got to play a full season at Kennesaw State. A lot of stuff that on that game mode that came out, and it's amazing. It's absolutely insane. And you know, like, they came out with the full deep dive in the blog, and there's still stuff coming out that you know, the gameplay reveals. So I'm just super excited about this one. 11 minutes ago, he dropped a Road to Glory gameplay deep dive, and I will be watching that next. Let's get into it.
You might have seen a lot of College Football 25 gameplay, but you have not seen the presentation gameplay I'm bringing you guys today. And this is all made possible by the EA Creator Network. I put roughly 15 to 20 hours of gameplay into College Football 25, and let me tell you, the attention to detail is incredible. Every time
You said what?
20 hours of gameplay into College Football is all made possible by the EA Creator Network. I put roughly 15 to 20 hours of gameplay into College Football 25, and let me tell you, the attention to detail is incredible. Every time I visited a stadium, even stadiums that I've played in multiple times, it felt like I was seeing something new. I've talked about it in previous videos, but when I went down to their studio in Orlando, the big mantra that a lot of developers really said is that every team is somebody's favorite team. So let's look at Virginia Tech, for example. I know that a lot of people were bummed that Enter the Sandman wasn't licensed in the game, and I get it. That's frustrating if you're a Virginia Tech fan. The track they have in the game kind of is substituting for that. It's not the same. I totally get that, but it's kind of in a similar vibe, and you can hear it right here. But you'll see the Virginia Tech ROTC kid sitting behind one end zone, and then you're going to see the band behind the other. The presentation overlay that showcases a top player on your team to watch out for, it starts feeling incredible and really feels like Saturday. But once you're actually in there and you're playing, you have the gameplay going, you're looking at all the detail across of it, and you're realizing that college football is back. Enjoy this big touchdown play I've got here for Virginia Tech against Georgia, followed by a look at Tech's mascot.
From the gun, wants to pass.
Okay, corner out. Got him. Get off me.
While the traditions for Virginia Tech are honestly pretty widely known, I wanted to try a team like South Carolina that's a good program, not a major program, and I really just wanted to test what EA was saying about every team is somebody's favorite team. When NCAA Football 14 came out, South Carolina was having back-to-back-to-back 11-win seasons. And then since then, South Carolina fans don't want to talk about that. When it comes to actually looking at their intro to their stadium, look at how detailed their mascot is. Look at the fans swinging things around like crazy. Their famous chant, it's in the game too. Take a listen.
I mean, I don't even know what they're saying.
I actually had the chance to chat
dope.
with a lead senior designer, Christian Brand, on College Football 25, and just ask him a lot of different questions. I also want to give a big shout out to him because this man was on vacation and still did this little interview with me. So again, that just shows the dedication this
shout out to the guy.
And I need to do that, and I appreciate him for doing it. And to his credit, even more, the amount of stuff he gave me to say, hey, you got to check out this, or oh, I can't believe I forgot about this. Like, he gave me so much that I tried to pack this video full of gameplay, presentation, and stuff for you guys. If we travel a short distance from South Carolina to North Carolina, there's a very tiny detail that's incredible to actually see in the game. If you're a diehard UNC fan, you know all about Charlie Choo Choo Justice, who famously wore the number 22 while he played for UNC's football team during the late 1940s. To honor Justice, the 22-yard hash marks on UNC's football field at Kenan Stadium are Carolina blue. It's a ridiculously small detail that most people would probably think to never add, but the development team on CFB 25 made sure it's in the game. Oh, and I just want to add, pulling off a hurdle like this in the game, even if you're playing as a team like Carolina, go Duke, it just feels great. But speaking of small details, one of my favorite mascots in all of college football is Minnesota's Goldie Gopher. This isn't going to trigger every time.
I got it. No, bro. Whoa. What? There was a tradition at this school at North Carolina. Okay, I didn't know about this. One single hash mark is blue, and they put it in, like, I know it's not hard, it's a small detail, What? They have that in the game, bro? If I was North Carolina fan, I'm geeking, bro. That's insane. I can't get over that. Okay, my next question is if you have a school or no. If you team build, you import a team in the team builder, can you create these traditions? Can you like have your own stuff? Like are there like is there a menu where you can like import your own traditions, like your own fight song or your own freaking, like chant? Like what options do they really have for team builder? And team builder ain't freaking come out yet. That's like the number one thing I wanted to know about, and it's just not here yet, but it's whatever. All right, here we go.
Because I spent a lot of time trying to figure out how to actually get this one to work. But on big plays like touchdowns, for example, you might be lucky enough to see Goldie Gopher spin their head around to celebrate what happened on the field.
Hey, that's
I
lit.
can't really talk about mascots without bringing up Western Kentucky's Big Red. Creepy, hilarious, disturbing, even more. I don't even know. But when you're playing Western Kentucky in the Hilltoppers, you're going to see Big Red and those dance moves all the time. See if you can spot Big Red.
Yeah,
on this
Big
Western
Red
Kentucky
looks
drive.
weird, bro.
Oh, he's
Reverse.
throwing right.
Ooh. What am I looking for? He said, look for Big Red. Where you at?
Fires to the right.
Ooh.
Downfield. He wants to throw.
He back there?
Touchdown passes.
Is that him? That is him.
Able to make the plays they need to against the pass.
Nice.
Right
here. I feel like I'm playing Where's Waldo?
That's the play this kid has been running. Never spy a guy.
Hey.
Back, rotating the football, making the catch.
Going back to what I was talking about when I
Just did
spoke
a little
with
drum
Christian from the
dance, all right.
development team about sort of how they did a lot of things. He talked about the process of getting mascots right and getting them properly motion captured. For a mascot like Syracuse's
Wow.
Big Orange or Western Kentucky's Big Red, they had to be careful to have these hula hoop contraptions so they really knew like the dimensions of where they needed to play when they were doing these things. So being a fictional mascot that's wearing a costume is like one thing, but how do you actually get a live animal mascot portrayed in the game?
It's true.
That seems more difficult. You can see it right now, but one of my favorite clips they actually showed me is a developer sort of acting like Bebo from Texas and sort of pulling on the reins while other guys are trying to pull him back and hold him back, and he's sort of like giving them the tension. And it seems hilarious watching the motion capture footage, but when you actually see it overlaid with what happens in-game and seeing Bebo in the game and how it actually feels and looks pretty realistic, it actually makes sense. Like, they were really smart about how they did this. When you're playing the game, one of my favorite things is, you look on the sidelines or in the end zone, you'll see the
that's
mascots
what that
vibing,
is?
dancing, getting the crowd hyped up, and that's cool. But I even saw Bebo from Texas sitting in this little cage area they have him in, and I was shocked to actually see a live animal there. And speaking of Texas, here's a nice little drive I put together where you see a little touchdown at the end
said,
with
"Hey,
their
yo,
touchdown cannons
is that
going
a-
off.
Back to
Is
pass.
that a
It's
cow?
Ewers. Looking for the score.
This is a terrible
He
decision.
would love to take it off of his foot and convert the first down. Caught in the backfield, it's Baxter. Quarterback trying
Ooh, that
to
was
get a
cool.
read.
PA. Open.
Looking
Got
to
him.
the big tight end. Touchdown, Texas. And they strike first. Smokey the
That's
Are you a big fan of the
lit.
Ohio State senior drum major and Ohio State's band performing, going through their normal landing?
Bro, when I freaking score with my school, this just makes it such more of a big deal when you score or when you make a big play. Like I'm so immersed into this game. I cannot wait, bro. This looks good. Look at this man. This man's breaking his back right now. This man's breaking his back for the game, bro. For the game. Brother, oh my god. Yo, shout out the drum majors, bro. Shout out the dogs.
It's kind of a really cool feature. Like, I lived in Ohio for 6 years, so I saw it a lot on TV. It generally gives you that game day Columbus vibe, and it kind of makes you feel like, okay, this is what a visiting team in Columbus has to feel like they're in store for over the next 4 quarters. I talked a lot about major schools and large schools and ones that have big traditions, but what about smaller schools like a Ball State? Well, they still have unique things that kind of help separate them too. So after I put together a nice drive playing as Ball State, their fans started to do their little signature chirp chant, and they have the arm and hand animation too, which again, this is a small school that not a lot of people care about unless they're probably from that region or went to Ball State. The fact that they even have something detailed for them is great.
26, but they love to convert this third and long.
Ooh.
Motion. Quick pass on the jet.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. What happened there? Was that me?
Unloads to the wideout. Motion.
Was that the record? It was the recording. Get in there.
Looking to pay this one off with a touchdown.
Damn. He got up. This man floated.
Pay this one off with a touchdown.
That's sick.
And speaking of signature chants,
That's
there
dope.
are a ton of them, and there's a bunch that have animations tied to them in the game as well. I decided to load up for some reason as Jacksonville State and play against Florida State and see their signatures sort of chant and animations come through, and it is terrifying to be a small school and play against a school like Florida State University. It's kind of what I would imagine to be in real life. Here's a look
I
at some
like
of
it,
the
though. I
terror
like
that
it,
Florida State
though.
University put me through.
They'll
Ooh.
lead it with it.
God.
Plows through the defense.
So dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands, and it makes me think back. And then they're able to just
All right,
slowly
CPU running.
reverse and take it the
Still not
distance.
very
This guy
good.
right here, he
Back to throw. It's Uyunglele. Last time, David, they'd like to be more productive this time around.
Okay. Oh, God.
out in the hands of the defense, who have got to do a better job with balls.
Ooh.
Throws to the wideout. Fires.
Too long, brother.
Intercepted. And they'll drop.
When I looked at uniforms, one of the first schools I ran to was UCF because I wanted to see if the spatial uniforms are in because they're great. I'm happy to confirm that they are in the game as well as their smoke cannon celebrations that go off after a touchdown, and you can check that out right here.
Off play action on first down. Unloads it downfield.
Old Dominion, bro. I didn't even know it was a school.
On offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways
Get
to
out.
get him touches in this game.
Bro, nobody slides. I have yet to see a QB slide in this game. Which, I mean, there's been like two real gameplay things come out. But I want to see somebody slide. Is there a new sliding animation? This is a small detail, but I mean, you know what I mean? I just want to see it. Nobody wants to slide, bro. Especially with wear and tear now, bro. You got to slide. What's going on? X is, I mean, all right, yeah, do that. Jump. Oh, tug. It's a tug. Yeah, those unis are tough.
I've covered a lot of different
That
schools,
blue
but
is
even the attention
beautiful.
to detail on military schools is fantastic. I booted up Army versus Navy, and I can confirm the tsunami bounce is in the game and it's alive and well. And to me, the tsunami bounce is something that probably wouldn't have gotten the time to shine if they didn't have the picture-in-picture play call system. Whether it's the tsunami bounce or just seeing the fan reactions or just seeing all these different elements of the game, you can see it in that little top left window versus when you would have never really seen it before because of the way the play call system was. Penn State's whiteout is a thing of beauty, and I even noticed the blue S kind of hidden in the crowd too. When I talked to Christian from the development team, he simply told me that if you see it on Saturday from a crowd stripe pattern, there's a very good chance the team's going to have it in the game. You're going to see a lot of different patterns.
That's another thing I'm talking about, bro. Like, when you're doing a dynasty team, like, when you go to a school and you're like, all right, I feel like I've done this for like 6, 7 years, 8 years. I've gotten the natty like 8 times already. You know what I mean? Let me jump schools. Like, you are going to feel a totally different experience when you go to that next school. Every time you're at home, every time you play somebody else, every time, like, all of this adds to the immersion, and like, you are going to feel the difference between the schools. That's so dope. That's amazing. Like, because like I do Madden rebuilds, I do Madden franchise mode. It's the same stuff, bro. It's the same stuff. Like, nothing is different. Which, there's less traditions for NFL teams. Yes, sure. But there's so much added in this game. There's so much depth. I cannot wait. Sorry. Here we go.
In the game, I felt from my perspective that a lot of them were triggered in the game through dynasty mode with game of the weeks or rivalry games or just sort of those big moments throughout the year. And to be fair, tons of schools and stadiums now have striped out games for big games or rivalries or whatever it may be, but the way Mountaineer Field looked when I booted it up looked incredible. The fans were going nuts during the stripe out game that I set up between WVU and Penn State.
That's
I want you
tight.
to pay really close attention to this clip here of a field goal going through, because at the very end you hear the sound of the rifle going off after I kicked the field goal. And look at the teammate reaction at the very end of this too.
The running back to try to force the defense to adjust. He tosses one high and deep down
Football, I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds
Ooh.
and just on to the next down.
routine, a 48-yard attempt from the right hash. It's good. And the first points of the day come on that field goal.
That's exactly what you want as a coach. You want to drive the ball down the field and get some form of points to create some momentum for your squad to start the season. How about the kick?
Just barely made it.
He's perfect.
But can we really talk about college football traditions without discussing Notre Dame? Love them or hate them, seeing touchdown Jesus, seeing the players come down the tunnel and sort of tap the play like a champion today really feels like Saturday. A really
That
small
meant,
detail.
wait, did that guy just have blue dreads, bro?
Players come down the tunnel and sort of tap the
Is that a glitch? Is that a bug? Or like you can really get blue
play like a
dreads?
champion today really feels
That's straight up blue dreads. His dreads just got brighter when he went into the sun.
like Saturday.
He got blue dreads.
A really
You can have blue dreads? Dang, bro.
small detail that I captured that I want you to pay a lot of attention to is on this throw to the corner of the end zone. It ends up being dropped, but pay attention to the actual fans. I kind of jumped in an instant replay to show you here, but watch their reactions go from raised hands of excitement.
Freaking dogs barking. I don't want that in the background. All right, here we go.
Pay a lot of attention to is on this throw to the corner of the end zone. It ends up being dropped, but pay attention to the actual fans. I kind of jumped in an instant replay to show you here, but watch their reactions go from raised hands of excitement or anticipation to then just utter disappointment when the ball hits the ground.
And good coverage and better hands find the defender to knock it down in the end zone.
QB's trying to throw
Wow, that's dope.
Great news for Notre Dame, though, is that even though we happen to drop that touchdown throw, there's a great one right here, plus maybe a little celebration that fans might love as well.
swatting that thing away for the incompletion.
Perfect.
Oh, he loves to fire down.
Nice.
Touchdown, Notre Dame.
It's freaking lit, bro.
And they'll put that
That's
score
so cool,
on the
bro.
board and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, you got to have your big boys up front, creating you some time, buying you some time, and he starts on the
Dang.
right side, comes to the left. What do you have?
When we're talking about presentation, though, we have to talk about what they're doing for the national championship. The score bug at the bottom of the screen gets a beautiful revamp here with a little color scheme change to help showcase the importance of a national title game. But don't sleep on the end of the game celebrations, too. I think that was one of my biggest fears of, like, what will the national championship look like? What will the sort of celebrations look like? Are we going to get bored of that or be disgusted by it? I feel like they settled on a really good option. Enjoy this little gameplay showcasing team walkouts, fans getting hype, and a whole lot more. And there's a big play that happens, not in my favor, but I want you to pay attention to it at the very end to see sort of how fans react, because we've all been there.
Oh, this is dope, bro. His voice I can barely hear though. Is that just me? Okay. Ooh, dang! What the heck? Freaking dog barged in. My bad. That's crazy. Bro, hey, bro, come on now. That is disrespectful. Who did they get the video to motion cap that Gritty? Y'all couldn't get nobody to Gritty better than this? I mean, it was okay. It was okay. Maybe it was the motion capture. I don't know. Rate this Gritty right now. rate this gritty. If I'm giving it a out of 10. This is like it's a 6. That was crazy though.
The fan reactions are great, but let's talk about the national championship celebration. This is your very first look at it, and I'm going to tell you the very last part of it is incredible. Presentation in College Football 25 is
That's dope.
Presentation in College Football 25 is a game changer. I'm not saying that it's perfect. I think there are some areas that can definitely improve in. You might see that there are a lot of fans that are very similar throughout some of the cutscenes, but where they netted out with 134 teams, building all this from scratch, I'm extremely happy. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.
Wow. I yawned, but that's not because I was bored. Let me know what you guys think. I think, like it's going to be so fun to see the different bowls that you get into. All this presentation stuff in the game. It's amazing. They really knocked it out of the park for this game. I feel like they could have easily said, all right, let's just give y'all a Madden reskin for now, and we'll over time get y'all to, like get y'all to buy a game, add features slowly. Nah, bro, they came out swinging, bro. They really did something, and I'm so freaking excited. I cannot stress that enough. Let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment, comment, subscribe, and I'm about to watch the next video. So if you want to see that, click this video. Deuces.